Okay, welcome back to NerdVine, where we encourage you to drink what you like in this judgment-free zone. So why is that today's tagline, besides that I can never stay consistent on taglines? Well, today we're going to talk about Merlot, and sometimes there's a real stigma against Merlot. I'm including an interesting article in the video description about how the movie Sideways actually had a serious impact on the Merlot market, but part of it is also because Merlot is a very easy drinking and not terribly complicated grape. So we'll discuss this further, but basically it can just become fodder for wine snobs, and that, in my opinion, is a super bummer. So let's start with this cute grape family tree. So I first saw this super cute graphic when I was at a wine tasting hosted by a most amazing Somm friend of mine, Kira, and this is a shameless plug for anyone in Virginia to go check out Vinoculture in downtown Norfolk. And now I'm borrowing the same graphic off the Wine Folly website, also a great site resource you could totally check out, to show you that Cab Sauv and Merlot are, drumroll please, siblings. So it's actually kind of funny to me because sometimes there's this real stigma against Merlot drinkers, usually from Cab drinkers. They're literally related. Like, they are the same grape family. So again, friends, just drink whatever you want. Anyway, getting back to our friend, the Merlot grape. So anyway, Merlot originated in France. Are you seeing a trend yet? In Bordeaux, on the other side of the estuary from Cab. We'll talk a little more about this when we discuss Bordeaux wines. It's also grown in Cali, no surprise there, Chile, South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand. So Kira describes Merlot as the older brother of Cab, wherein Merlot is like amiable and affable and moderately good at pretty much everything. You aren't too likely to drink a Merlot and be stunned and shocked and blown away like, wow, this is literally the best wine I've ever had. But you're also going to be pretty hard-pressed to find a truly bad Merlot. So Merlot hangs out in this happy middle ground. It's got moderately thick skin, so medium tannins. It's medium acid. If you want it to be a little lighter bodied with red fruit characteristics, pick it a little sooner, like when it's just ripe. If you want it to be fuller bodied, pick it a little later. That'll also give you some black fruit notes. Climate? Well, if it's a warm climate, it ripens a little sooner, so you have to pick it a little earlier. And if it's cooler, you just give it a little longer. You want to give it some oak? Great. You'll probably get some tobacco notes, maybe a little more tannic expressions. Don't want to oak it? Cool. Fruit is going to dominate your unoaked Merlots, and just give it that nice, fresher flavor. Basically, Merlot is chill AF. So let's drink. And to further the fact that this is a judgment-free zone, I will share with you that the first wine I ever drank was Barefoot Merlot. My friend Catherine and I were art teachers, so we weren't exactly heavy in terms of cash flow, and we would pair our Barefoot with whole carrots and marshmallows roasted over the gas stove. It was everything that Hollywood romanticizes about being a somewhat poor artist, and the memories I have tied into Barefoot are so happy and so wonderful. So I bought a bottle recently, and I can't say it's the wine for me anymore, but it's also, like, not the worst wine. In WSET 2, the Wine Spirits Education Trust, if you ever decide to pursue that, you will rate your wines as poor, acceptable, good, very good, and outstanding based on the balance, the finish, the characteristics and flavors, and the complexity, which we can talk about, or you can do the WSET, whatever. I would genuinely give this wine an acceptable, not a poor. When I first opened it, it did feel pretty devoid of malolactic conversion, so it was lighter than I remembered, and it was bordering on poor when I opened it. But I let it sit in the fridge for a few days, and I drink it chilled, and the mouthfeel is vastly superior. If you're just learning to drink wine and you like things a little bit on the sweeter end, dropping $5.50 on this bad boy is not the worst idea. So there's your super friendly, rife with my happy memories option. Next, I tried the Cloudbreak Merlot. I like Cloudbreak's vision of bringing quality wine without the cost. They have a whole line of varietals. The winemaker has a Bachelor of Science in Enology, so he knows what's up. And the vineyards are certified California sustainable, which I also like. I double decanted it for an hour, and it was definitely on the upper end of acceptable, probably approaching good. Maybe if I had actually not finished the bottle that night, I could have let it sit in the fridge and kind of do the same thing the Barefoot did and integrate more and get better. But for just shy of $10 at our local Total Wine, also another fabulous option. Now, on the total other end of the budgeting spectrum, I grabbed this bottle of Stevens Winery Merlot from Yakima Valley, largely because it was the last one at the store, but also because the description read, aromas of toasty oak, cinnamon, allspice, cassis, and blackcurrant. Now, first of all, cassis and blackcurrant are the same thing, but that's okay. Basically, it just sounded super interesting. It's a 2014, and I meant to look up if 2014 was good in Yakima Valley before I did this video, but I didn't. Also, of course, I researched the wineries, and it just seems cute, right? Like, founded in 2002 by Tim and Paige Stevens, blah, blah, blah. We find it hard to believe how fast time flies, and we're rolling into our 9th year and just celebrated, etc. And they say, we owe much of our success to our growing partners, and then they list a bunch of people they've partnered with. So, obviously, like, sweet, humble, thankful to the people who have helped them, just genuinely, like, we are people who like to make wine, let's make some wine. So, I promised to drink, like, probably 5 minutes ago, but we're actually going to drink now. So, let's see how this bad boy pours. It's a pretty nice color, actually. Okay, I'm going to pour that a little heavy. Don't tell. Alright. Colors. We're broaching evening where I am while I'm filming this, so it's a little harder to see the colors. I would give this a medium. It's really almost like Shiraz purpley. I'm going to go with garnet. Kind of smells like Twizzlers. I'm going to get better at this one of these days. That's really nice. It is sweeter. Merlot is a sweeter grape. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. I mean, like, this is fruit forward. Whew, this baby is also 14.9% alcohol. Okay, well, that's fun. So I guess I retract that. It is more fruit forward. No one is being shot. I think our neighbors are setting off fireworks. It is fruit forward, not sweet. Bear with me. Yeah, I have to admit, I like that a lot. I think it was, it was $36, which still, like, that's not the worst. Although I guess that's 7 times more than the Barefoot. You could buy 7 bottles of Barefoot and be pretty happy. But this is very, very nice. So if you have a chance to splurge on a Merlot, and kind of help me undo this stigma against Merlot, this one's a pretty nice one. Otherwise, again, drink what you like. I'm going to. Plus, if you don't develop an expensive palate, you save a lot. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Just drink what you like. Cheers! Until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe.